All right, so today is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to do a trade review. Um, Today marks 1 year since I blew up my first trading account, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit because I know it happens to a lot of people. Some say it's kind of like a rite of passage when you start day trading, and although maybe in some way it is, I wish it wouldn't have happened to me. And, I learned a lot, and maybe from sharing what I learned in the process, maybe it'll help prevent someone else from blowing up their account because no one likes to lose money. One of the first things would be that I wish I would have asked more questions. Um, I think our ego gets in the way sometimes, at least for me it did, and I thought I could just figure it out. I just figured it out on my own, and that was it. So I wish I would have taken advantage of the communities that are out there. I have been a part of Bear Bull Traders for a long time, but even that I could have utilized a heck of a lot more, and just ask more questions. That's what it's there for. And the other thing is that there's no secret sauce. And every time that I thought I had the secret sauce, the secret indicator, the secret this, the secret that, I had it figured out and I just went balls to the walls. And that never works. It never works. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. If there was a secret, someone would be selling it for $1 million and then that next person would be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. There's no secret. It's about, if there was a secret, it would be figuring out your psychology. That's huge. Really taking time to develop your plan and your strategy and working out all of the kinks because there are a lot of them. And it takes, a doctor, 8 years or something like that to become a doctor. And you're not going to learn day trading in like a day. So, definitely try out all the indicators. And I tried a lot of them. And every time I tried them, I thought I had the secret sauce. So just keep trying all of them until you find what works for you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Another thing is I wish I would have journaled better. I journaled, I took some screenshots, I documented a little bit, but I never really in-depth journaled before I blew up my account. And I wish I would have because when you're looking back, rather than just, taking a screenshot and saying, oh, I took this trade or whatever, but when you're looking back at things, you're looking, at the SPY, at the sector, all of these different things, and you're putting that into your journal, and you're talking about the VIX and all of these things that affect how a stock moves. Once you start to get that data and you start to, accumulate that, it's a lot easier to see why things are working and why they're not working, and it makes it a lot easier to tweak your strategy. So I definitely wish I would have journaled more in depth and a lot better. Another thing is, finding a support group, like a small group of people that like maybe they share a similar strategy or style of trading to you that you can talk to. There's Discord and things like that out there, and I wish I would have utilized that more to talk to people and just really hash out my trades, do more trade reviews. When you have those small support groups, you can talk through your trades, and people can point things out to you that maybe you didn't see. You're looking at a trade and you're like, well, I shorted it, I don't know why I didn't short, and someone's saying, well, did you see the SPY at that time? It was skyrocketing to the moon. So just these things, you get more eyes on it, I think is really helpful. And if you're journaling as well, going back to the last one, if you're journaling and, you don't have time to do trade reviews with people or something, at least you could, send kind of what you found in your journal to them and get some more eyes on it. So I would definitely, I definitely recommend that. And I really wish I would have journaled like way more in depth. It's exhausting. When I finally started journaling the way that I needed to journal, it took like 2-3 hours a day sometimes. And it's terrible, but it is very helpful. Another thing would be I wish I would have stayed in sim longer. I think I was in it for like I want to say like 3 months before I went live, and that was not a good idea. I'm also like a huge risk taker, so if you're a really big risk taker, I definitely say stay in sim a hell of a lot longer than that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're risk averse, maybe it works better. I don't know. But, utilize sim. It's there. It's free. Just be patient and utilize sim. I wish I would have used it a lot more. I honestly use it more now with trading live probably than I did back then, like just to like tweak strategies and figure things out. Yeah, it's there for a reason. I wish I would have started with a smaller share size. So, something when you start day trading, obviously you want to make big profits, and you want to get like take all those shares, and it's cool to see your P&L going up and up and up. But when you start to lose money, and you start to think, oh, I need to trickle down my share size and start trading with less shares, it can do something to your psychology, right? So like if you're starting with $100 risk, or whatever, taking 1,000 shares or something like that, and all of a sudden you're like, man, my account is just like dwindling. I have to go down to $20 risk. Like that's what I should be at, or 20 shares or whatever it is. When you do that, like it can be like it's good for your account in a way, but it's almost a detriment to your psychology, because you're so conditioned at that point to trade and see a certain amount of shares within your trades, or a certain amount of risk, or something happening to your P&L if you're looking at that, that when you change it, that can almost mess with you more. So I wish I would have started small. And everyone says that, like, start small. And, maybe everyone's supposed to just learn their lessons and wish they would have started small. But, I definitely wish I would have, because it screwed with my psychology when I had to lower my risk. And then, gradually I had to like build it back up. So that's another thing. And I wish I would have started with boring trading. It took me a really long time to get into boring trading. The momentum is exciting, and everybody wants to trade momentum, and it's fun and it's wild, and your adrenaline is going, and it's cool, and like you can make a lot of money really fast. So you can also lose a lot of money really fast. And it took me a long time to get into like more boring trading, and it's still fun. It's just a different kind of fun. And it's safer. It's a lot safer. You can control your risk. I think momentum trading is awesome, and I think that there are people out there that are really good at it, and there's a lot of scalpers, and I would say most people are probably momentum traders. But I think that like starting with something that moves slower can really help you understand how the markets are working and how stocks move. Yeah, and don't trade penny stocks. I mean, you do you, but yeah, those can be very dangerous. Yeah, hopefully this is helpful. That it sucked blowing up my account, but it was definitely something beneficial in a weird way, because it slowed me down to where before I could have another account, I really had to be in sim and, restructuring everything, working on my A+ setups, and, just really diving into my psychology and spending time, asking the right questions and all of those things. And, in retrospect, I wish I would have done that first, but it happened the way it happened. And, I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm still standing. It's just money. And it sucks, but yeah, so hopefully there's some takeaways from this, and maybe this will help you prevent yourself from blowing up your account too. All right, peace.